the shelves action. You aren't the beekeepers. You could if you wanted to. I mean,
Once had a beekeeping equipment delivered to us by accident. That makes it, yeah. They were like, "What'd you order now?" And I said, "We actually didn't. We didn't order that." So,
well, I just did a story about this. There's people all over getting these weird Amazon deliveries and like really bizarre Amazon.
It was a couple years ago, but yeah. And somebody's like, "Are we beekeeping now?" And I was like, "Well, we could."
Do you want to be?
Yeah, not today.
But what happens today and tomorrow and for whenever is the great programs and events happening at the library. How's the month of January been right off the bat?
It's been good. We've, like everybody, we've all kind of been down with some viruses. And so if you've been to the library, you've probably seen faces you haven't seen. And that's because the staff is wonderful and departments have been pitching in for other departments.
Are you serious?
And we've all been, it's been nice. I mean, it's been bad that we've all been sick like everybody, but it's great to know that, we have such a great group of people that we can rely on.
Well, it seems like you just have an awesome team.
We do.
And I'm not saying that to patronize you, but when you have folks willing to help,
we've got a great staff.
That's awesome. And then not being scared about saying, hey, I'm sick. I can't come in today. Because that's been a big thing in the workplace is people are scared to take off.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to get your coworkers sick, but we also work with the public. You don't want to get the public sick.
Oh, yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and especially, too, on top of that, real quick, I mean, you guys a lot of times are working with the older populations. And that's a big concern.
We have to be, really concerned about that, too. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, all I know is I see this beautiful pink document in front of me, and that means that has to be about vintage voices.
Well, it does. In our last newsletter, we just, we put out. We thank everybody for coming out and supporting Vintage Voices. The library does a lot behind the scenes on that, a lot of the research. So we wanted to we put out an article about, exactly how do we bring this program to life. And so, we just had some information in there in the newsletter about it. So,
I think it's important because it shows the resources that are at the library and just genealogy in general and what they contribute to the city. And the library district.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, there's some events, and we were talking, we thought, we had a really huge call to action thing at this point, but there's tons of programs.
There are.
And services that, I think people don't realize until they go in and ask about them. So let's just go down the gauntlet and have some fun.
I made a list. So I've got a list.
And you texted it to me.
I tried, but it says it failed to send it to you. I think it's because we're down in the depths of this building.
Yeah.
So
they keep me out of general population.
Well, one of the things that I had on our list is, I thought maybe today that's what we could do. We could just talk about all the little services that we offer every day that maybe we don't promote or we think people know that we do and they don't know. With Office Depot going out of business, people are looking for a place to do printing, copying, and faxing. You can do all of that at the library. So you can fax documents for free from our copy machine. We do printing and copying services. We charge 15 cents a page for black and white copies, 30 cents a page for color copies. But if we do scanning as well. So if you have something on a flash drive that you can plug your flash drive straight into our copy machine and print out straight from there, or if you have a document you need to scan, you can scan to a flash drive. So we do offer those services when you first walk in. You could just ask at the circulation desk for some help with that.
Well, and that's really, and especially even if you don't, maybe you have a printer at home, I'm just thinking about for the high school parents out there, those research papers are just 20 pages long, and to print those out.
Yep. Or if you're like me, I don't print stuff very often. So it's like, do I want to pay $40 for ink that I might use 2 or 3 times a year, and the next time I go to use it, it's dried up?
Or that instantly junk. Why do I have to pay a $35? Now I have to print every month.
Exactly. You don't have to do that. You can come in the library and use it. So we offer that. We do voter registration. So if you want to come in and register to vote, we can register you to vote. We do have a notary service as well. Now, our notary service right now, Illinois had some updates to their laws, and so we're doing some training and some reevaluation of that service. So right now it's temporarily suspended, but we will hope to be rolling that back out fairly soon. So
really cool. Just stay tuned to the newsletter, Facebook.
Yeah, we'll have it on Facebook page and on our website too. And again, everything we talk about today, it's all on our website at HaynerLibrary.org. So
one quick thing I wanted to mention is I'm really glad that you guys are doing this with Sacred Spaces of Care on Wednesday.
Yes.
I did want to point out that you guys are hosting Rick Griffin, the Beyond Behavior, Be Curious, Not Furious. Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
providing more of your resources. But I wanted to make sure we hit on this event because this is a really important thing for people to be a part of.
Yes, this is going to be at our Alton Square Library, and it's going to take place on Wednesday. Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. It's at Alton Square Mall, but it's upstairs in our performance room. So it's on the upper level at Alton Square. It's Megan Tyler, who founded the Alton-based nonprofit groups Sacred Spaces of Care. She's going to be coming with Rick Griffin, who's the director of Community Resilience Initiative, and it's just kind of a public training event. So if you work with the public in any capacity, so if you're in a nonprofit resource, or you are doing customer service at a business, or if you're like us at the library, where we deal with every person that walks in the building, you never know what somebody's going to come in needing or wanting. This session is going to help you sort of become curious about why maybe there's some behavior that you may not think, well, that's not really appropriate. Why is that person doing that? Instead of getting upset and mad that they're doing it, understanding why people are coming in with maybe some of the issues that they are for defensive or offensive behavior, and kind of also help you react to it. So, understand why that person is behaving the way they are, and how can you diffuse the situation and handle it so that they walk away happy, and that the other people, especially in the library, the other people that are in there also feel, like, okay, that was handled well. I don't have to feel nervous.
It's not like the kid hearing their parents fighting.
Right. You're like, why is this happening?
Because a lot of times they aren't really mad at you.
No,
they're just mad at something else that happened.
There's something else that happened, and they may not understand it. So we're offering that, and that's a free program too.
I just wanted to bring that up because I think Sacred Spaces is great, and the fact that you're partnering up and doing these really cool events. And what I think is great is, Mary, is you aren't just doing the run of the mill. And I'm not insulting any other library, but the traditional library activities. Yeah. These are really informative topics that are not talked about very often.
They're not, and they're we, like I said, we open the doors to everyone, and so we see run the gamut of behaviors and people that come in and what we see, and it's like, okay, we're seeing that this is an issue, and we can't be the only ones that are dealing with it. So how can we help the people in our community help diffuse situations with other people in the community? So we're offering that service.
Really cool.
Or that program.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out.
No, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you
saw
did.
That.
Yeah.
And getting back to the other services, sorry, I took a little bit of a detour, but I saw that on Hayner Library.org, HaynerLibrary.org, and wanted to make sure I reiterated that. But I'm going back to the services because these are important that you can utilize any day of the week.
Yeah, anytime the library is open, for the most part. Now, for voter registration and notary, we always say to call before you come in because most of the staff is trained to do that, but not all of the staff is trained to do it. So, we don't want you to make a trip down there and then find out that person's not there. So
especially
just give us a
in
holler.
Winter months during cold season.
Yep, exactly. Just give us a call. We'll tell you if somebody will be on staff. So, just some of the other things that I have written down. We have an app that I don't think people know about. It's called the Share Mobile Library app. And so you can just go to your device's app store. It's the Share, SHARE, mobile library app. And that is an automated service. So our Share, we belong to the consortium at Illinois Heartland. That lets you, once you download the app to your device, you can check your account online. You can renew materials. You can order materials. You can go in. You can combine accounts. So if you're a mom and you want to put all your kids' accounts on there, you can take a look at that. You can, like I said, renew materials, order materials. You can it even has a barcode scanner. So if you go to a bookstore and you can flip over on the back and scan, if you don't want to buy it, you can scan it and it'll take you straight to the card catalog and tell you whether we have it. And in one click, you can order it from the library. So it's got a lot of cool features. Yeah, it's very, very nice.
How long have you had that?
We've had that for a few years now. Yeah, and it's great. I love it. I'm surprised I honestly haven't gotten kicked out of a couple of bookstores because it's like, ma'am, are you going to buy something? Oh, not really. I'm just going to scan your barcodes and get them from the library. So, yeah. So,
another reason to get your library card.
Yeah, get your card. We also offer a homebound, and I hope to bring somebody in from that department to talk about this. We do a delivery service for patrons that are not able to get to the library long-term or short-term. Yeah. So we've done this for, every bit of 30 years. It's probably more than that. We have a group of patrons that, for whatever reason, health issues or transportation issues, long term, they can't get to the library. We try to deliver monthly materials to them. So if you're, anything the library checks out, we'll take it to your house, pick up the previous month's delivery, and that way you can access the library even though you can't get in. So we offer that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And I'm hoping we can get somebody in to talk about that.
We got to.
So,
right now, if someone's listening and didn't know about that, what's the number to call? 618-462-0677, and you can ask for the homebound department, and we will get you signed up for that. Really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, that's such an important.
It's huge. It's huge because some people, if you're stuck at home and you can't get out, this is your lifeline. Because not only do we deliver materials to you, but when you get your library card and we bring you your card, that you can access so many things like
online.
The databases, online, ebooks, audiobooks, all of that. And so it's a really vital lifeline. We do the Illinois Library Presents program,
that's
so
huge.
You're able to watch those programs, all of that with your library card.
Biblio Plus, ad-free movies, which is huge.
Yes, yeah. So we have that. I don't think I should bring somebody on from the Friends of the Library to talk about their book sales.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah. They put in so much work.
I know. I'll see if I can get Carol or somebody from the Friends to come on. But we have our Friends of the Library building, which is located directly behind the downtown library on State Street.
I don't know which way I'm facing.
Yeah, I know. Well, and everything's on an angle in our building, so they're sort of next door to the Genealogy and Local History Library and behind the downtown library.
It's there because the front door is there.
Yes, yeah, they face State Street. So the Friends have book sales every Monday morning, unless it's a holiday or bad weather. But every Monday morning from 9:30, usually 9:30 to 11:30, you can come in and browse the Friends store, and the whole building is full of books. And
now,
so,
are these the ones that were in circulation? And
they're a combination of everything. So they're materials that we have weeded from the collection and sent to the Friends. So there's nothing wrong with them. It's just we're constantly getting new materials, so you have to take out the old and make room for the new. And so they're things that we've weeded from the collection. They are donations. We rely heavily on donations, so they're that as well. So it's just kind of a mix, a combination of the two. And so that's every Monday morning from 9:30 to 11:30. And those are the times where you can drop off donations, or also the times when you can just browse through the building and purchase materials. And then the first Saturday of every month, they do it from 9 to noon.
Well, and you can get them for cheap.
Oh my gosh, sometimes they have a bag sale. Yeah, they have a bag sale, and it's everything you can fit in a bag, sometimes for $2 or $3. So
you can't beat that.
You can't. Children's books, DVDs, adult materials, everything.
I was telling my parents, I thought, because they have a condo in Florida, and they have a service that rents it out for vacation.
Oh yeah.
And I said, well, why don't you guys go to the library? I mean, you can get a bag of those books for $2 or $3 and grab some good coffee reads.
Yeah, put them on the coffee. And there's some beautiful books too. I mean, I've gotten some really great books from the Friends, books I've been looking for a long time, and it's like, oh my gosh, you never know what's going to turn out.
But you would never think that you would find them over there. I mean, it's such a cool thing. And what I think's awesome, Mary, about them is that it seems like the whole age is just a number thing, because they're older women, but they work harder than anyone I've ever seen. And I mean that 100%.
Yeah, the Friends work really hard, and if you've ever walked in that building, it's packed to the gills with items, and they know where everything is. It's like, oh, I'm looking for this book. Oh, I think I remember seeing that. Or if you're looking for something in particular, they'll take your name and phone number, and if it comes across, they'll call you.
And it doesn't matter how long ago you wrote your name and number down.
Yep.
So I swear to you, I have made this comparison. It's like going and watching Ollivanders, going and seeing the Ollivanders wand shop and Harry Potter. All those things, and he knows exactly where that thing. That's right, because it's just amazing what's in that building.
Yes. Oh, it is. It is. You never know what you're going to find. So I have found some pretty obscure titles and thought, wow, all right, I didn't know we had this.
Come on.
I know, it's at my house now. So yep. Oh, some of the other things that we offer too. We have a couple of study rooms at our Alton Square location. So if you're looking for a kind of a small place to meet, maybe one-on-one or do an interview, we just added some smart TVs to those too.
Oh, cool.
So you can connect your laptop, you can do streaming through there. You can, if you need maybe to do a Zoom meeting or something like that, you can connect to our smart TVs. We also kept the whiteboards in there. So if you're, tutoring, if you want to do some tutoring, we've got the whiteboard where you can work tutor and student. So we have 2 of those at our Alton Square location. I've just got a list, CJ. So you tell me when to stop.
Well, why don't we take a pause on the list, and I'm going to ask you about more details, because whenever you're going through the list, because we're a little bit of a bunker here, so I know. I'm protected from very serious situations, but not for text messages. That's not a good thing. I wanted to ask you, because there's so many small business owners in town, and in the region. At the mall, at the library, I do get paid, Mary. The Small Business Reference Center is at, you guys offer that at the library.
We do.
Correct?
We have that at our Alton Square location. And also a companion piece to that, if you're a small business owner, we have the Legal Reference Center.
I was going to ask you about that as a follow-up.
We do have that. Yeah, so you can come in. It has everything. It has NOLO, which is the company that publishes business books and legal books. It has their catalog of titles on there, and it also has legal forms.
Yeah.
So if you need to access a legal form, they're usually state by state. You can access them through that for free.
On top of that, too, I mean, these business videos, I mean, you're going to get some really cool stuff.
Yeah, they're very nice.
And then on top of that, what I think is cool on the flip side of it, because I'm just going down and I wanted to make sure we hit on some of these, the Creative Bug is, I think, pretty cool.
Love Creative Bug. So if you are into crafting or art or any kind of creative avenue, these are award-winning, high-definition instructional videos, and they are adding new ones every day, and they're quality. It's not just like, oh, okay, I'm going to set up a camera, and not that YouTube doesn't have its place. We all use YouTube.
Right. But some of them are rough. Okay, can we admit they get their little flip phone out, and then it's so pixelated.
And you're trying to figure out what they're doing. These are like award-winning, high-quality videos, everything from cooking to knitting to...
They have cooking on there?
There's cooking, there's baking, there is painting, there's sewing, there's knitting, there's paperwork. I mean, if you can create it, there's an HD award-winning video for it.
But I didn't even know about, because the cooking thing for me is because I'm starting to really love cooking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really getting into it. But of course, it's hard to remember everything your parents cooked in front of you. So to have this is a really cool thing.
Yeah, these are cooking and baking both. So
really cool. Yeah. And I just wanted to ask about that. The other one last thing on my end that I saw I wanted to make sure of is just the education aspect.
Yes.
We're in a world where students are using AI to do things, and we can admit it's not happening, but it is.
Right.
And and just like people Googling things for research papers instead of going through and finding the actual written research that's needed to use it. I really encourage you guys to go use the library, because whether or not it's the primary search, the master files that you have, you're going to make sure that what you're writing is accurate for your class project or your research.
It's important. I mean, you're going to get accurate information. It's been vetted, it's been edited, and it's put together by researchers and educators. It's information you can rely on that will be accurate. And not only that, if you're a student and you're writing a paper, it has a citation tool. So you just have to click one button, tell it what format, whether you're using MLA or APA format or whatever. You just tell it which format you're using and click on the button, and it creates the citation for you. So all you have to do is copy and paste it at the end of your paper, and you're done.
That was the biggest hard...
Me too.
Okay.
Me too. Remembering where to put the brackets and the periods and the...
I'm glad I'm still in the crossover generation. Before we got way fancy on it.
Oh my God, I'm the generation before that. So I remember, I'll have to tell you my Google story sometime. So I saw Google when it first came out, and we were all like, this might change the way people use libraries, never realizing what Google was going to do.
I love it. But I really, whenever we're talking about this, I wanted to pull up that because
it's important.
Especially at this time of the year, because we're getting ready to be into final season and all of that already, which is just wild.
I know.
And so please, if you have a student or if you're a high school student watching this, get back to class, because I had someone tell me they watch my show and I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
I mean, I'm glad they watch it, but don't watch it during school hours. And
use the library.
Use the library.
So getting back to the other services too, because I just want to go down this list, because I think it's important to hit on these, because we don't want to keep forgetting about all these really
cool
benefits.
It. We have all these, they seem small, but once you start talking about them, it's like, my gosh, I didn't know the library offered all of this. So,
and not to go a little bit further, even talking with you about them sometimes, because you'll mention them and then we start talking and it's like, I didn't know you did that. Yeah. We've got tech help appointments. So really here we're talking about all these technology things that we offer, and while they're wonderful, if you don't know how to use them or you feel intimidated by it, you think, well, yeah, that's great, but I don't know how to use it, and I get frustrated and I get overwhelmed.
just come to the library. Our reference librarian is there. You can schedule a 30-minute appointment with her. You can sit down, bring your device in, or we can sit down at one of our computers, and we can teach you everything. I mean, basically, if you can, if it's an electronic device that connects to the internet and you can plug it in, we can help you. So how to use your app, how to use your iPhone, how to install an app, how to use the cloud library to get audiobooks, how to use Biblio Plus to get free streaming. With your library card, you can use it and get free streaming movies, unlimited movies and TV. And it works with Roku.
Ad-free.
Ad-free. So, ad-free. Ad-free, unlimited streaming of TV and movies. And so, while they're great, if you don't know how to use them, they're no good
and
use
there's
to
a
you.
fear in the older population of what do I click on?
Clicking on the wrong thing. And, if you need media, even media literacy, when I log into my email, or how do I log into my email? How do I create an email account? I don't know how to do these things. That's what we're here for. And we do these one-on-one tech help appointments. So if you need to set up a Gmail account, we can help you do that. If you need to know, maybe your daughter's granddaughter set one up for you and you don't really know how to use it, well, come in and we'll show you how to use it. But also, if you just aren't familiar with the internet and you think, I don't know what spam is. I don't know what phishing is. I don't know how to tell whether a link is secure or not.
I have 400 Amazon packages waiting for me if I click on this link.
Exactly. Yeah, like Kohl's wants to give you a free pots and pans set. Don't click on that. Kohl's doesn't want to give you anything for free. So, but we can help you with that. So, we can do all of that.
But, the bad part about this is I'm laughing about it, but it happens. It's a very serious thing.
It is, and it's sad when you see an older person, not even an older person. I shouldn't say that. It's anybody can come in, because I've even done it.
Yes.
It's like, oh, wait, no. I don't want to click on that link. I don't need to do that. And your brain, we're so overloaded. And even if you use the computer and the internet every day, all day, your brain can only handle so much information. And then you click on the wrong thing and you think, I knew better.
Well,
so,
and then, especially too and I think anyone should really go and ask questions, including people that are utilizing social media, especially if you're a business owner. I know so many business owners that have lost their access to Facebook pages because maybe they click on a bad link and they didn't know. That all that stuff can be answered really go through it with your reference librarian.
Yeah, it's a wonderful resource. So,
one thing I like too is the consumer reports guides that you have.
Love it.
Because to me, there's always the question of what works and what doesn't. And you go ahead and Google it, because you're going to see 45 advertorials before you see anything that's pertinent.
Exactly. And so consumer reports, which I think everybody for years has known, we still get the magazine at the library, and we still get the buying guide at the library, but you can actually access it 24/7 from home. And you can, just pull it up from our website, HaynerLibrary.org, and go to our online resources page, and it's a link there. And from home, you'll have to enter your library card number to get it. But if you don't have a library card, or you don't live in our district and want to use it, you can still come down to any Hayner Library location, hop on our computers and use it. So,
really cool.
Yeah, it's nice. And that's whether you're buying a car, a vacuum cleaner, any kind of
it's so important, especially for people. I was saying too, for younger people, because there's always the folks, and I get asked all the time, how do I start a podcast? But even find that material on what technology do I buy, because all of it's so paid for online. If you Google it, you can't tell.
And Consumer Resources, for those that aren't familiar with it, it's a group that does product testing, and they're not paid. There's no advertising, so they have no dog in the hunt. They don't care whether it's the the $2 spatula that works better than the $27 spatula. They don't care.
I wonder how many minds we just blew.
I know.
Because people don't realize that a lot of those USA Today things aren't really.
They're paid for. It's paid for advertising. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Any more in the couple of minutes we have left?
Oh yeah, I've always got something. So we've got, like I said, we talked about our library app, and Cloud Library and Overdrive and Biblio Plus, which you can get online magazines, ebooks, audiobooks, and streaming movies. We talked about all of our databases that we have. We also have community resources. So I don't know that people know.
Yeah.
You can come in to the library, either location, and also we have them online. But, if you're looking for social services information, so food pantry information, or where can you go for, maybe medical clinics, or, places that hand out shoes and coats and gloves and anything that's necessary, any kind of social service. We have a listing of those. And our reference librarian, who works extremely hard, Johanna, she is constantly keeping up with that. So you can, if it's on our counter, you can just walk in, take a copy of it, know that the information is as up to date as we can get it. And then we also have one for mental health services. Yep. So if you're looking for mental health care, and I should mention the community resources also has employment information, where you can go for job fairs, that kind of thing. So all of that's on our website, but it's also just walk into the library, pick a copy up, and go. So we do have that as well.
Well, and it's really good. And that's why I've always said this during when I do my live reads about you, is that you guys are really a door, and I mean that in the most appropriate way, because it's a door of whether it's exploration or opportunity or fun, adventure. It's all there at Hayner. And it's why I love doing these, because we were talking the other day, and I was talking to Centerstone, who's becoming a new partner of the show. We're going to do a mental health segment twice a month. That's
great.
And it's all going to be on substance abuse disorders and ways that we can utilize services. But we were talking, and I was telling Dallas, I said, I was talking to Mary Cordes because there's so many things in this library, and just going down the list in the 30 minutes we've already been talking about.
Which is amazing. This time always goes by so quickly.
But, in that 30 minutes, those were things that have been long running that, I'm sure that probably a couple of the staff forget about because there's so many other things going on.
Yeah, it becomes part of the furniture. It's just something that we do, and we know we have it, and sometimes we forget to toot our own horn and say hey, we're pretty awesome. We have all this stuff, and everything we've talked about is free and open to anybody.
At one of the speeches I gave, I don't know if it was at the Main Street Party or one of them, I always mention Hayner, because to me that's the reason I really started the show, because you drive by businesses and buildings all the time and you don't realize all the things that you're missing out on between those doors.
Right.
And I think it was at Main Street. It might not have been, because I'm sure they'll call someone will say something.
Will say, no, it wasn't.
But I really did. Hayner Library is really the reason why, because whenever I started looking into it and seeing, wow, you can get ad-free streaming of movies and you don't have to pay your $38 a month for Netflix.
Yeah,
and all
free's
that.
free. Yeah, we're not going to raise the price.
And all that, but it's just amazing to know that no matter what, if you stop into Hayner, there's going to be a service there that's going to fit what you're looking for.
Yep.
Oh, and do you need a little bit of a stand mixer for something that you forgot?
Well, you were talking about podcasting. We have a podcasting
That's what
kit.
I'm saying.
So if you want to check, if you're thinking okay, I do kind of want to try a podcast.
I can do a better job than him. You go on over and try.
Come down to the library and check out a podcasting kit and give CJ some competition. So
please. But it's just things like that. It's the ghost hunting stuff. It's all these fun things that you can just check out and go do and bring back.
Yep.
And that's why I love talking to you. And even though I'm sorry, John, it's 11:05 and I forgot to end the show, I just love talking to Mary Cordes and learning about it all.
We love coming on, so thank you.
Well, and we'll talk to you next week.
Next Monday.
I love these segments. I love the back-to-back.
Yeah.
We are out of time. Sorry, guys. Mary, it always just flies by. It really didn't feel like 30 minutes.
I'm always telling the staff, come on with me. And they're like, I don't know if we'll be able to fill up the time. You'll be able to fill up the time. It goes fast.
And we'll fill up more time tomorrow from 9 to 11 for more of our daily show. On that note, have a great day. Try your best to stay out of jail.